Dreamsurges. It's probably some sort of joke I could have made there. But anyway, Dreamsurges, they're the new thing. Wake up. It's time to fight the Dreamsurge. We've got numerous systems and things going on. So, the way that this works, right, whenever a Dreamsurge happens in one of the zones will become all, I don't know, dreamish. A skybox will happen or some shit. You'll have these minor surges, which are basically just like little portals, and I assume dudes or rares appear out of the portals. The existing rares in the zone... I think they have a faster respawn rate, drop better shit, including new currency for this. And then, of course, every 30 minutes, there is the big surge.
The big surge.
The big surge. That's definitely not what it's called.
Yeah, so I guess this is obviously we have all of it here nicely laid out and stuff. But I think it'll be quicker if I just kind of do a TLDR from what I've...
Fill me in, Chief.
So what happens is, this is one zone is constantly like in this dreamy kind of state for the whole of the week. There's a place on the map where Archer, Hamul, Rune Totem, and Celestine of the Harvest, and Narlex, you know them all, and I like that. I know some people are like, why is Hamul Rune Totem being a gear vendor? Throw some respect on his name, but I kind of...
At least he's doing something.
Yeah,
at least we can canonically say he went here and did.
Yeah, he's actually sitting there like that's sweet. So this is going to be one of the zones, and there's a space where they are, and you get this little like voting thing, where there's going to be one buff happening and everyone gets one vote in the zone. And if it doesn't go your way, whoops, sorry, but it definitely will, because like the choices are pretty obvious most of the time. There's stuff like deal extra 100% nature damage. Everyone goes, what? Who wants that? Give me the extra or the 100% increased gold from world quests, please. Which is one of them. There's like a 50% XP buff. There's an emerald helper that gives you auction, transmog, mail, bank, and repairs in the zone, which is really nice. And I hope that's a full pet in the future. That'll be a bit strong. I wouldn't want to see how much that is that's gold cap on them if it was in the game. But the actual content is this changes the whole zone. So all of the rares are now empowered with a flame buff of some sort. There's a couple different buffs that make them really quite hard to fight, and they're also way stronger. So like, obviously you can go in solo rares now easy. Not in 10.1.7.
Right.
At least based on current. They were soloable early for testing, and then the last build they made it actually kind of... put this way, I can solo some of them at 4.3.6 on my Feral Druid. I'm a Feral Druid, every other GCD is a regrowth. So they are pretty rough. The world quests also drop the currency and stuff like that, and have these empowered aspects to them. Then there's minor Waking Dream portals, which are not on the map or marked anywhere. You fly around, you just see a little portal. You go, click it, then a couple dudes come out, then not a rare, but like a small elite. That was soloable enough for me. So if you want to do solo content, you can fly around and look for these portals. Then every 30 minutes, there's the Dreamsurge, which is the buff that gets voted for gets activated. Then the major event happens, which is just like the regular kind of event. You know, the thing appears in your objective tracker. A portion of the map gets attacked by druids within. You go down, collect some stuff, kill some dudes, fill up the bar as a group. Then an elite comes, you kill the elite. It's a proper boss. Kill the boss, all sorted, all good. Then you get your currencies, which you can take to vendors for rewards. Because that's what we're all here for every single time. Every single time. And we have them here for you, which is Rune Totem, Narlex, Celestine. I like Narlex a lot because the first time I played the game and really got super into it was Wheeling Caverns. As a druid, Wheeling Caverns, perfect. So these are the people that sell stuff based on the Coalescence and the Chrysalis. So there's Coalescence, which is this little stuff, little floaty green balls that you can also earn by picking up these dreaming flowers, which are around the zones, and also flying through little green balls that are like around the zone. So you can literally get some of this by just doing a little, not a dragon riding race, but just fly around and look for them, which is kind of fun for like the non-combat stuff. So you get a little bit of a way to do it if you don't want to just kill dudes all day long. And if you're out of world quests. So you get this stuff, then the Chrysalises come from, they're 1 weekly per character.
And no longer a drop from the intro quest, I've heard.
No.
Never mind then.
No, it drops intro quest, but not from the other one.
Oh.
The other one only gives you gear now.
So it is one a week.
It is 1 a week. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's 1 a week. I will check back next week because I can't otherwise. So it was BOA, then it wasn't, which is interesting. But then this is where there's one of them. This is the coalescence. This is Celestine. It's all got, pet, probably amount for 1,000. You can get 100 from like doing a quick wave of world quests, because world quests give you 10 apiece. So you can kind of just clear the map of the world quests every couple days, and then you get enough for this stuff. But the main focus of this is catch-up gear. So you get 402 gear, which goes up to 424 via the veteran upgrade track. That comes from killing the rares, from doing the minor portals, from the major portals, not from world quests or any small stuff, but like the kind of bigger things. You'll get these, and they drop the same way the Primalist stuff was, which is the Primalist stuff from the Forbidden Reach in 10.7, which is armor type and slot and BOA. So your paladin gets mail, send to your hunter. That's all fine. That's okay. There's weapons, necklace, rings, cloaks. You can also buy them from Celestine for this, so you can literally like get a full set of 402 reasonably quickly, which isn't much. But you also get Whelpling's Crest for doing stuff here at the same time. So you'll probably have enough to upgrade at least a little bit. Not maybe very much, but at least a little bit. Then the Chrysalis is the big boy stuff, where you get 415, which is up to 437. And it's basically the same thing, except no weapon and no rings. Which means you're kind of scuffed for trinkets, to be honest. But,
yeah, a little bit. And then it's like speed. It's like, a Worm's Crest is pretty good, but that's like 3 item levels.
That's
a week.
Yeah, 3 item levels for 1 item level, for 1 item a week, which is...
They do tend to be, and then of course you can't funnel these to one character either. So simultaneously, do I get why they don't want you to funnel? Yes. Does that also feel bad to people with alts? Yes. Do Blizzard want people to feel like they need to have loads of alts to be able to play the game in one character? No. So, that sure is something. Like, you don't exactly want a leveling guide that says, level up far faster by having 10 full characters and funneling everything to one.
That's very Lost Ark, actually, now I think about it.
Oh, shit, yeah, so it is.
It quite literally is. You could see why they'd avoid that. But it was frustrating me, because this is, like, when we say this is catch-up gear, like, this isn't really catch-up gear.
That's gear.
The evening before the patch, obviously like a month before the patch or 2 months before the patch, it still feels like it's a little bit kind of weak. And I feel like they'd be quicker if they did. Now, the upgrade ability is a bit weird, but like, hey, you've got most of a set of 415 because you've got some alts. You can get 415, turn that into tier. You're sorted. Off you go. That's the other thing. All this can be turned into tier, so we can literally get tier in one sitting for your characters. Which, if you wait a little bit longer, I think, because I'm not sure how many of the charges you have now, but if you can basically get a complete full tier appearance, not just the 5 tier or the 4 tier for your set, but literally everything. You can get the full appearance in like a couple settings of gameplay now for every character you have. Isn't that gameplay? Actually, literally is. I do a video on that, which is going to be great with this, because with this goddamn Chrysalis, you could have funneled it all and been sorted easy, but no. Bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, but see, what's then is kind of odd with this, right? So that 437 gear, that's still going to be pretty good, but you're not going to be able to get, because think about, like, if you get one of those per week, but 10.2 comes out in 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Unless they're planning in 10.2 being a little bit longer, maybe they thought Forbidden Reach actually could have existed in the game for longer. Kind of hard to say. If it's like maybe late October rather than middle.
It's weird, because this is the awkward part where late October, what does that mean? That means all the staff who really want to go to BlizzCon are sitting watching the Race to World first and nerfing Mythic bosses.
Oh yeah.
So they have to drop a mid-October if they want BlizzCon to happen smoothly. Let all of their people raging like everything. Also, literally, so people feel like they're not, I'm skipping my gameplay to go to this. And if it's after, I'm going to rage. So it's mid-October. Confirmed. Confirmed. There you go. So yeah, that's basically it with the Dreamsurges. They're really nice. I don't have it here. I don't think I could grab it quick enough. But every time the Dreamsurge happens, there's this like beautiful, the zone is now green overlay with these little dreamy bits dropping down, and it does feel really like immersive and stuff to fly around in it and get all this stuff. It's really nice.
So compared to, say, the Forbidden Reach or like, other forms of something similar in the game, how do you think it stacks up? I
think it's hard to say, because the Forbidden Reach had a lot of cool lore stuff to it. like a lot of the books. So and the Scaravolts were sick. There's nothing like the Scaravolts here.
Yeah.
This is a pretty, how do I describe it? A evocative, atmospheric way that ties lore and vibes in with giving a new lease of life to existing content. Because what's new here for you to do, literally, is the portals. And that is click a portal, some dudes come out. Or every 30 minutes there's a new event. And it's a tiny event. Like it's obviously like, it's to the tier of like one of the public events in thing. Anyway, it's here's a handful of mobs in a zone and then big boy comes. That's it. So there's like nothing to it if you're thinking, right, okay, what am I going to like super hardcore do? But you could say about the time rifts. You could say about the time rifts that is it's a tiny bit of extra gameplay, but you do it over and over again for rewards.
Yeah.
If you want to. And this is an extension of that, but applied to the zone. So it also has the XP buff and the buffs, which kind of gives a new lease of life on leveling as well if you're like a little behind or you're coming in now, stuff like that. So I think it's a good idea. And I think it's maybe not going to land as well as the time rifts, because the time rifts were very grindable and you got a lot of different cosmetic rewards and stuff. Whereas this is more the, hey, sorry, cosmetics, no. Maybe they'll update the gear set. At the minute, it's a gear set we already have. The red, what's it called?
The
Sunless is the leather one. The one that we get from, this
Cavern Dweller?
Yeah. It's the red version that we already have.
Is that the Frack Invasion version?
I think so.
Surely they just do that, but in green.
I'm assuming that's a plan, but it's not there yet. Because you wouldn't have Dreambound gear red. But also, Dreambound gear red, fire dudes, it's all fire.
Could do that.
Could do that.
Save the green version for the next patch.
Could do it. Honestly, might be. Which means you'd have no reason to do this for cosmetics, which means unless you're one of the super casual players who want to gear and alt a little bit for 10.2, or kind of just want to grab your tier set, that's it. But I think it's actually like, it's fine. It depends on the story. Because obviously this patch is more than this. This patch has shit tons of other stuff to do. But a lot of it's one and done content-y bits.
Yeah.
Or mostly. So as far as that's concerned, I think this is like a great part of the patch.
So one of the things in the Forbidden Reach, we're able to just, in the Reach you could just keep going. Keep going and going and going and going. To what degree are you able to just keep going here? So I get you've got your big event every 30 minutes. You'll then be kind of every now and then pinged one of the smaller events. And then I guess you'll fly around, kill rares. It upgrades the world quests, right? So I suppose you'll maybe do those as well? Or does it upgrade the world quests?
It doesn't change the world quests, but it does give you 10 coalescence for doing it. So you will be doing the world quests, especially if the rep buff is up, because you'll get your renown. And obviously, some people are probably maxed out. A lot of people are probably maxed out. Some people don't give a shit. But it's like kind of, you'll get your coalescence and you'll get this to work away. So it's like, you can just do it forever. Asterisk, you'll run out of world quests and rares. So that will happen. And rares are daily lockout still. So you don't spend forever running around circles killing rares. You basically you clear the zone and call it a day. But then you can do the 30-minute thing every time. Okay. Or you can do the minor portals. But they're kind of hard to find at the minute.
Is it every 30 minutes on the hour?
It's every 30 minutes on the 30 minutes, yeah.
Oh, no. Time rifts, though. Can't flip between this and your time rifts.
Well, that's okay. So you wouldn't want them to say it's every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes. Like, so you could go Dream Surge, Time Rift, Dream Surge, Time Rift if you wanted, like. It's every 30 minutes.
Yeah, the time rift's every hour.
Yeah, so you could do a Time Rift on the hour. 30 minutes later, Dream Surge, 30 minutes later, Time Rift. You could do that.
Yes, you could do that, but then you'd be missing half of your Dream Surges.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It also doesn't really,
because, like, then why
sleep or log
out?
After you've, like, done your first one for the week, I assume it's just more coalescence. Maybe chance of some gear tokens.
It'll be farming out your 402 gear tokens and the coalescence, which you'll, as we've seen, you'll get that for the gear, or you need 1,500 for the mount and the 2 pets.
All right. Well, that's I suppose that's that then.